So, we just barely finished doing a lot of the things around here, and what I wanted to show you is the cement. Right here we have the cement steps that we did in the rounded shape, and also this cobblestone patio right here. How we did these steps is actually, we utilized the pegs in the ground. Before we did the steps, before we did this cement, cobblestone cement. And we made it so we put a peg in the ground, and you also, well before that I actually took a piece of wood, and I drilled a hole in the one side and put it in the ground, and then used that end to make a perfectly round shape in the dirt. Then I put pegs in the ground wherever there was a step going up, and cut the steps out of a board, the shape of the steps, like this. Then I screwed it to the pegs in the ground. And that actually was just to hold the cement in. So we're just going to be filling in the cement, if you can imagine that. Then we took a board that you could bend a little bit, and put it across to this peg. There's a peg right here and a peg right here. We did the sides, and then we attached this board, and then this board, which is really interesting if you think about it, because this will actually be in the air, because it was just holding back the cement. So you could reach your hand underneath it and things, because the cement wasn't in there. And then we did another one on top up here. Hey, James. And then after we did that, we took some big rocks and actually filled in with two of them in the steps themselves to take up a lot of the space, because gravel, when mixing cement, is made just for actually just pretty much taking up space. So we used two big rocks in there and then filled it in with cement. And that's how we made the steps. Now how we made this cobblestone patio is we put down, or we made this retaining wall for the cement, you can see, just with the pegs and the board. And then we started filling it in with the cement mixer and using this tool right here. This is actually made so it goes in sequence with each other. See, you'd put a stamp down, and then you can move it and put a stamp down in the exact same place. This is not very expensive, but it makes it look, again, really beautiful. It can be hard, though, with big spaces like this when pressing it, because you have to reach over the top of other cement. We did this on a hot day, so we went from this point over here, filled it in to about this point over here, and then by the time we got to that point, this was ready to press, because it was a hot day, and it wouldn't just flop back into place once we took it out of the cement, so it leaves the press there. And so we put the presses in there, and then started again on this side, and then as we were over here, put the presses over here. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Then we just kept on doing that back and forth, back and forth. If you notice right here, if you wait too long to put a press in, it'll leave a mark like that. What that is that's the gravel lifting up. We waited too long and we tried to fix it with the trowel, and it actually filled up the cement a little too bit. Another thing also to remember is the form. This is like the form itself, but when we got to this point, we couldn't make the form go right here, so we actually had to use the end of a trowel and just make it near the edges. If you notice, this shape is different than this one. Oh. Because this was getting closer to the edge, and so you just, at that point, you just say, oh, this looks like a good rock, or you can look at this and try and duplicate it as best you can.
Cool. That's good to know. Did you do the same thing right here on this edge?
Yeah. If you notice, see this shape right here, and this shape? But then this is the actual shape of that over there.
Oh, okay.
Closer to over there a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, we had to do that around this area. Another thing that we had to do is, right in these areas, we had to make it so it sloped up just a teeny bit with the cement, so that it didn't puddle when it would rain, so it sloughed off.
Good.